Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so freaking excited. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be filming. I missed you. I missed your cute little face. I have awesome ideas. I have brand new concepts that I'm going to be trying out on this channel. I'm so excited. In this video, I am going to share my birth story with you guys. As you know, or you may not, and if you don't, follow me on Instagram. It's gonna be right over here. I have given birth, and I will reveal her name in the end of the video. And I wanna tell you everything that went down because it was crazy. Okay, so, God, I'm so excited to be back. Okay, so first things first, if you're new to this channel, hi, welcome. Where have you been? We've been waiting for you. My name is Liz. I'm an actress and a content creator, and this is my YouTube channel. I talk about all things lifestyle, beauty, and financial and personal development, because it's something I'm so passionate about. So, let's start with the birth story. Oh my God, I've given birth. Spoiler alert, no belly anymore. It's been almost 3 months. I definitely took a much longer hiatus than I would want it to be, but you know, it's life and you kind of need to adjust. You know, at the beginning I was like, you know, I'd given birth and I'm like, I need to my mom was here helping us out. And I was like, I need to get a video out. But then I was like, wait, I need to breathe for a minute. I just gave birth, you know, because some vloggers, they're amazing in my mind. They put out videos a day after, a week after, and I'm like, not gonna happen here. I was broken, in the good sense of the word. So let's start at the beginning. So my due date was June 30th. And I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I had this kind of feeling inside me she's gonna come earlier. She didn't. Spoiler alert, she didn't. She took her time. She took her sweet time. So, June 30th rolled on by and no baby. And there's nothing. I feel no contractions. I feel no pain, literally nothing. I'm like, well, okay. So my OB was like, listen, I know you want to go all natural, but I would want to induce in 41 because June 30th was 40 weeks. She's like, for your sake and for the sake of the baby, I would want to induce at 41. And I'm like, you know what, fine. I'll go with the flow. You've been so patient and understanding with me. And she's been super accommodating to everything that I've been wanting, all natural and this and that. And I was like, you know what, fine, let's do this. So the induction day was supposed to be July 6th, a Tuesday, July 6th. Remember that date. So my mom landed on the 1st, my mom and my sister, they were here for the birth, and still nothing. Okay, so we kind of just chilled, you know, we went to a restaurant and we went to Target. It was my sister's first time in the States. So we were chilling, we were shopping, we were having fun those last few days. But on the other hand, I was feeling miserable. It was hard. Any pregnant woman would know that the last few days, those days after 40 is, every day is like a year. It's intense. So, you know, we were chilling during the days, but I was pretty much suffering. I wasn't sleeping. I was barely eating. It was tough. But I was trying to be a trooper. I was like, I'm chilling. It's all good. We're waiting for you. Come on, baby girl, come on. I was speaking to her and all that. So yeah. So the first and the second, nothing. And then the third, nothing. And I was like, okay, she's gonna come on the 4th. Pretty cool, right? 4th of July, you know, very cool. Nope, she did not come on the 4th. So on the 4th, though, something very interesting started to happen. So from the night, from the 3rd to the 4th, my contractions started. So at first it was super chill. It was chill. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I was such a trooper. I'm like, I can do this. This is not that bad. Is this what everybody's talking about? boy, was I wrong. But at first it was totally fine. So I started having contractions about like 2:30 in the morning, obviously at night. And I started like timing them. And since it was the first time, like Adam was like, he got up, he started to like take a shower and like getting ready. And I'm like, dude, chill. I don't even know if we're going to the hospital. So 2:30 in the morning, I had contractions up until like 5. Like I couldn't sleep all night long. As soon as I would lay down, it would hurt really bad. But I was timing them, and it was like 12 minutes apart, 10 minutes apart, 8 minutes apart, 11 minutes apart. They were very like irregular, and then they stopped completely. So I spoke to my doula. I kind of like let her know this is what's going on. She's like, yeah, you probably have nothing to worry about. You're fine. You have at least like, I think another day. I'm like, okay, cool. So on the 5th, we're chilling, right? So that was the 3rd from the 4th. Sorry, on the 4th, we're chilling. We had barbecue. We were just like hanging out. Me and my mom, my sister, and Anna, my husband, were just like chilling. You know, we were watching movies and hanging out and shopping and just basically having a great time. Other than the fact that I was miserable, I was so happy to see them and have them here for this moment. Then again at night, I'm like, excuse me, can I not get a good night's sleep over here at night? From the 4th to the 5th, I'm having contractions. I'm like, okay. And we're timing them again. And again, they're like 7 minutes apart, 11 minutes apart, 6 minutes apart, 12 minutes apart. You know, nothing to be actually like getting ready to go to the hospital with, because basically you're supposed to go to the hospital where your contractions are 1:15. A contraction that lasts for a minute. Five contractions. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got it. 5 contractions that last for 1 minute, within an hour, within a full hour. So again, it was like nothing to, and that mine were just not that. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And I couldn't sleep again. I'm like, oh, can I just get one normal night's sleep, which I'm not having anyway at this point, because 9 months pregnant and all, just not really sleeping at all, but you know. So then again, it started like 3 in the morning and then stopped at 6, and I'm like, oh, come on, man, this is killing me. So so that was the morning of the 5th, and then we kind of didn't really do that much that day. I was super tired because I haven't slept 2 days. So I think we went out in the morning, and then when we came back, we all went to take a nap. Like we were all tired. And then at around 4:35 in the afternoon, again, contractions. And I'm like, oh, come on, maybe this is gonna be it. Like I was just like so, you know, I was so chill at this point. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. You know, I was just like, and I started timing them, and they started getting stronger, definitely stronger. And then I was in bed. We were napping, and then I got up, and then I wanted to go pee, but my water broke. And the way I know that it was that and not actually just like pee is because it was trickling, and every time it wasn't like gushing like in the movies, you know, your water breaks like, oh, it's just a big gush. No, that's usually not the way it happens. Usually the way it would happen, it would be a trickle, but someone do have gushes. Like it's just more rare. And then the way I knew that it was actually my water breaking is because every time I had the contractions started getting stronger, A, and B, every time I would have a contraction, I would feel the trickling, the water trickling. And I'm like, okay, I think this is it. So this is like around 5 p.m. But my contractions were still quite far apart. They were getting stronger, but they were still quite far apart to go to the hospital. And at this point, you know, the contractions are exactly the way they tell you they are. It's like a wave. It's like a wave that starts, builds up. There's a peak, and then it slows down. Like, and I was like breathing, I was closing my eyes, I was like meditating, all that good stuff. And then around, then I spoke with my doula again around 8 or 9, and she's like, listen, And I'm like, what do you think I should do? Because I was feeling like I had more time. Like first births usually are like quite long, like you have time. And I didn't really want to go to the hospital too early because when you're at the hospital, that's it. Like you're in a hospital, you know, you can't eat, they hook you up to like a monitor. Like it's more like, it's less of a homey feeling of like, I'm chilling in my own home. You know what I mean? I wanted like less of that hospital vibe. And then I spoke with my doula and she's like, listen, if you're sure your water broke, call the doctor on call. Like first of all, talk to the doctor. I'm like, okay. And she's like, listen, but be aware, they're probably gonna tell you to go to the hospital because that's just that's the protocol. Like it's either 5-on-1 or your water breaks. But she's like, you've got time, don't rush it. So I called I'll call doctor at around 9 p.m. and lo and behold, they told me to go to the hospital. And I kind of took my time because everything I've read, like every professional medical literature that I've read said the exact same thing. It's gonna take time, you know? So I just kind of chilled and I took my time and I showered, I ate, I packed a bag, I was talking to people, everything was super chill. And then we got to the hospital at 12:30 a.m. Pretty chill. And I'm still having contractions and all that. So they're like, okay, first of all, let's get you COVID tested. And then even, I'm vaccinated, but even if I'm vaccinated, I have to get a test. And then they're like, okay, we're not admitting you yet. We're gonna check you first. Cause you know, first time when you go through labor, like maybe it's not my water breaking, like all that stuff. But I knew that it was that, but it's just their protocol. So I was just following it. So they're like, let us check you. So, okay, they got me in a room. My mom and Adam are there. They're checking me. They're like, well, you're 3 centimeters dilated. And yes, your water did break. I'm like, hello, congratulations. I already knew that actually. And then they admitted me and the whole process took about an hour and a half. So that was already like, this is already the 6th, 2:30 in the morning. So I'm like, this is very interesting. If she's gonna come today, it's like she felt I'm gonna induce that day. I swear to God. Okay. I don't know if y'all believe in this, but I really do. And I'm like, she had a feeling. And okay, 2:30 in the morning, I'm admitted, it's all good. The contractions are coming. I'm hooked into this monitor and it's a portable one. So I can like move around the room because the thing is with contractions that when I tried to lay down and just chill, they are much stronger. Whereas where I got up from the bed and walked around, they were much less strong. It's kind of like a weird thing, but like when you're in labor, the more you're active and actually like moving around, it's less painful. So it's kind of crazy the way the human body works. So it's 2:30 in the morning. There's only one bed. My mom and Adam are there. And I'm like, just like walking around the room. I'm like, listen. And I told Adam, like, take my mom home. We've got plenty of time. Boy, was I wrong. Take my mom home. We got plenty of time and, you know, and come back. So he took her home. I was still like walking and I'm literally for the next 5 hours, I'm just walking around the room. I swear to God. I'm just walking, being on my phone, checking emails, like being on social media. Literally every time I went to sit down, it was painful. So I'm like, okay, I have to keep walking by. And they're like, they're not letting you to eat anything. So I was just drinking that ice water they give you and apple juice. So they gave me like a juice choice. So they have like cranberry and I think it was apple. No, I know it was apple. I meant cranberry. That's the one I'm like, I think it was cranberry. And I drank so much apple juice. Oh my God. I was like, every time the nurse came to check on me, I was like, yes, can you bring me, please, can you please bring me some more apple juice? Like literally every single time. I don't know what it was, but just, I guess the sugariness of it was kind of like helping me maintain my energy because I wasn't allowed to eat. So come by around 7 in the morning, I was like, okay, could you check my cervix? I see like, what's going on in there. Let's see where are we like progressing because my contractions are quite painful. She's like, well, you're 5 centimeters dilated. I'm like, oh, that was that took all night. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be here for the next like 3 days. But I wasn't. So that was 7 a.m. And then by that time, my mom came back. Like my doula came, my mom came. The doula actually picked up my mom, which is super sweet. And then they opened up the bath. So I requested a water bath to be able to be like on standby for me, because I don't know if you guys know this, but when you use water in labor, water does a few things. First of all, it relaxes you. Second of all, it makes your contractions stronger, faster. Like it accelerates them much faster than it would without using water. And it's just super, super good on your body. Like it relaxes you so the body kind of knows what it's doing. So I requested that, and 7 a.m. they started blowing up the little pool that I wanted to like soak in. And once I got in the pool, things started progressing really fast, like real fast. Like she was real fast. I don't want to tell you yet what time she came, but like real fast. So I got in the pool at 7. And then at 9, I was already 7 centimeters dilated. So I got in the pool. At first it was super chill, but like within an hour, my contractions got so much stronger. It was crazy. And then I started having the really powerful, like the ones where you feel pressure. Oh my God, those were horrible. Now, I think I've mentioned that in a few of my videos. I wanted to go all natural. That's why I have the doula. I've been preparing myself, been preparing my body. I really wanted to go all natural. And I did. I'm very, very proud to say that I did. I didn't want an epidural. I didn't want anything. One of the things that I think that helped me the most is that the nurses never offered an epidural for me, which was so great, because it literally, I had a birth plan, which I gave to the head nurse when we walked in and like got admitted. And one of the things that we requested is nobody offer me an epidural, because let me tell you, if somebody would have offered it to me, I would have taken it. Literally in a heartbeat, because oh man, those contractions after 7 centimeters dilated, and I remember I started like really being desperate, being like, I can't do this. I started like chanting and talking like, I can't do this, I can't do this. Oh, and the funny thing is with the doula is that she has all kinds of like, exercise and things that can help me like move along the birth and like help me relax. And the funny thing is, during contractions, I could not let anyone touch me. Literally, I would scream at anyone who would try to touch me during a contraction, because it was so powerful and intense, so powerful. So your girl did it, no epidural. So, but at 7, I was starting to break. But luckily it was already like 9:30, 10. So I've been doing this for less than 12 hours, because the contractions like started at 5 the day before, but it was not that bad. Like at 12 a.m., I would say that was like when it started to kind of like really hit me. So I've been doing this less than 12 hours. And then I kind of started saying, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is too hard. I can't do this. And the contractions were crazy. And then I was like, check me again. And then she checks my cervix again. And at this point, it hurts like, what the hell, it hurts. Like at the beginning when she was checking my cervix, it was like, oh, this is fine. But then it was like, oh my God, I was like screaming at the top of my lungs over there, like screaming. And then she's like, you're 9 centimeters dilated. And then she's like, no, she checked my cervix 3 times when I was in the pool. So one time I was 7, the other I was 8, and the third one, and this is like all within 2 hours, like this is fast, we're hemming it over here. So, and the third one, I was 9 centimeters dilated, and she's like, you can't go in the pool anymore. I'm like, okay. And that started the last, I think, hour and a half. I really don't remember at this point. Like I lost track of time. that were really difficult for me, because not being able to be in the water, because the water, what they did, they made the contractions much faster, like come along faster, but they also soothed me more. So it was easier to deal with the contractions in the water versus outside the water. And it's like, you can't go in anymore. And then that was hilarious. Oh my God. And then the head nurse comes to me and is like, when was the last time you peed? And I'm like, what do you mean? I don't remember. And she's like, well, you have to go pee. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not. Because the thing is, this is like crazy. I didn't even know this. So if my bladder is too full, it might interrupt the head of the baby going down into the birth canal. Oh my God. Okay. This is like 9 centimeters contractions. I am dying in contractions, but I'm trying to pee, right? So Adam like takes me to the bathroom and I'm like sitting there, literally dying. I couldn't pee. I was like, listen, there's no connection anymore. It's doing its own thing. I am not responsible to what's going on here. I cannot take charge. She's like, don't worry about it, it's fine. And then I got back to the bed and there was like this bar that they put so I can like hold on to it. And the contractions are powerful. And then I start saying, I need to push. And she's like, no, you can't push yet. No, you can. And I'm like, I need to push. After about 20 minutes of that, she's like, let me check your cervix again. I'm like, yeah, fine. She checked it. She's like, okay, you're 10 centimeters dilated. Now you can push. So here's the thing with that. If you push before you're 10 centimeters dilated, you can actually hurt yourself and cause bleeding. So she's like, okay, you can push now. I'm like, okay, thank God. And then they didn't even call the doctor yet. She was like, let's practice push. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And I was like, don't you need to get the doctor? I'm like, this is happening like right now. Okay, so then they got me on the bed, like still no epidural. I'm like, at this point I was telling my doula, I was like, if I want an epidural, can I still get it? I swear to God. She's like, no, you can't do this. I mean, you maybe can, but no, you kind of can't. And I was like, I can't do this. But the human body is like amazing. Like I have new appreciation to all the moms out there, to all the women who gave birth out there, because the amazing thing about this, that even when I had the most powerful contractions, I still had that time between them to breathe. So I would have because I thought that when you have the most powerful contractions, like the 10 centimeters one, like you have a contraction after contraction, like it kind of goes nonstop. But it was actually kind of cool in a way of like, I had a contraction and then I could just like breathe for like another minute and then another contraction and then I can just breathe. And literally I would sleep between contraction, like not like actual sleep, obviously, because I'm like real in pain, but I was like, I would close my eyes and just like chill between contractions and being like, I can do this. I'm like, no, I can't. And then I was crying like, no, I can do this. No, I can't do this. It was like saying, I'm sorry. I don't know why I was saying I'm sorry, but Adam and my mom told me I was apologizing a lot of times. I didn't know what was going on there. I was basically half out of it at this point. And then I pushed a bunch of times and then she's like, you're pushing wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh my God, am I pushing wrong? How can you push wrong? She's like, listen, I was pushing and I was screaming. And she's like, when you scream, you're letting the energy out. Hold it within and navigate it towards pushing the baby out. I'm like, okay, fine. I literally at this point, I was ready to kill the nurse. Like I was like, I am going to kill you at one point or another. You are driving me insane. But she was actually right. And when I started pushing the way she's like, you're supposed to, it started progressing much, much faster. So the reason that it kind of took a while is because her head was still kind of really up and she couldn't like come down into the canal thingamabobber. So there you go. Can't believe I just referred to my vagina as a thingamabobber. Moving on. So yeah, that took, I don't know in terms of time. I feel like I pushed for like 10 minutes, but it could have been an hour. I don't know. And then she's like, okay, let's get the doctor. I'm like, okay, oh, thank God. But so my doula and I talked about this after my birth, and we feel that she called the doctor literally 2 contractions too late, because when the doctor came in and she's like, you know, she's rushing in and she's like putting on her gown and like her goggles and whatnot, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, I need to push, I need to push. And the head nurse is like, don't push, don't push. I swear to God, I couldn't have written this better if I was writing a movie about this. I swear to God. I was like screaming there, I need to push. And the head nurse is like, don't push. Because she was helping my OB to like put her like stuff on. Okay, my OB is ready. She's coming to me. She's like, okay, now you can push. And then at 12:16 p.m., on July 6th, she was born. I think I pushed for like 3 contractions. Like, I don't know, it was, to me, it was super fast. It was like 1, 2, boom, she's out. Once the head was out, the body just kind of like wiggled its way out. Like, it was super fast. And the emotion I remember most of all is being shocked. I was shocked. I was crying and Adam was crying, which was so beautiful. But we were mostly shocked. We were like, I couldn't believe that I actually did it. Natural, no epidural, baby girl is here, happy, healthy. Oh my God. I was like, I can't believe that she's finally here. It's so, so crazy. And I'm gonna finish the story by telling you that Miss Ava Khan was born on the 6th, on July 6th at 12:16 a.m. p.m. Yeah, so that's my birth story. It's a crazy one. After that, after she was born, the doctor was like stitching me up and she was on me, and you know, it was just like a commotion at this point. Like, everyone was doing something, and my mom and the doula and Adam's like next to me. Like, Adam's like feeding me and I'm holding the baby, and they're like not washing, but like drying her and stuff like that, and putting her on me to do some skin to skin. And yeah, she was born at 6 ounces and 11, I don't remember how you say it. She was born at 6 pounds, basically. She is perfect. And there was a lot of commotion, and then I was getting stitched because I tore actually pretty bad. I had 3 stitches and I had like 2nd-degree tear. So that was definitely a challenge to deal with those next few days. But the hospital was amazing, and they took such an amazing care of us. And yeah, her name is Ava, and she's here. And I am not gonna reveal her because I decided that we don't want to reveal her, just because I don't think it's right to kind of like shove a camera in her face. She's a tiny, tiny baby. But like, maybe in the future, I don't know. At the moment, we decided not to reveal her, but she's here. She's making our days, nights, and lives very full. And yeah, we are excited and happy, and I can't believe, like, it's funny, but I was pregnant throughout this entire channel, and now I'm not. So there we go. And yeah, we're very excited that she's here, and we're very happy. I am gonna conclude this video by saying thank you so much for watching, guys. I missed you so, so much. I am back. Stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming out at you, and I'm here, I'm at it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.